Yeah, I just need to rant on about something very quick because I feel like no one else really talks about this. So, what I feel like is with the CPUs, they need to do more than just like behavior and speaking when they attack people, because some people like me don't really like sending animatronics because we don't want them gone for literally hours on end. Because people feel like, oh, they'll be there later, I'll fight them whenever I feel like it, sort of thing. And so I don't send animatronics because of that. And for reason that, there seems to be like no other purpose for the CPUs, which is disappointing. And I feel like no one else is talking about this. I feel like these CPUs need to do a little bit more, like help out with the salvaging. Like, the harder the animatronic is to beat, like the more the CPU helps with salvaging, sort of thing. Something like that. Like certain CPUs have certain perks with salvaging. Like some have better rarities of other things, such as, for say, Springtrap. He has a certain rarity of finding a plush suit or a salvage or a CPU. Because Springtrap CPU is literally the hardest thing to get, so it would have like the best like rarities of getting stuff. And other CPUs such as maybe like Foxy would be getting the parts faster because he's like Speedy Gonzales and he just goes around so fast. And like certain CPUs help the character carry more parts, such as like Baby. Like she like collects more parts than normal. Also, I feel like something that could be pretty cool is if the CPUs determine their movements, such as like, for say, an endoskeleton moves a certain way, but then the second you put a plush suit on it, it moves a different way. Like, I felt like that doesn't really make any sense, since the plush suit shouldn't really determine how the animatronic moves. Really, it should be determined based on the CPU by behaviors. But hey, the game's a game. It doesn't have to make sense, I know, but it just doesn't. So, but I also, to explain this, I sent a special combo to my friend for a special video. Hope he enjoys that. It's pretty simple. I mean, if you know the character that the CPU is. Like, such maybe Bonnie could be one that good at finding mods. And like others just collect a more like big like sort of thing for parts. I'm being confused on my words. I'm sorry. Like Mango, for example, her CPU could be like more rarity towards plush suits, considering Mango would be looking for suits, considering she's missing most of hers. And so something be like that. Toy Chica could be looking mostly for CPUs, if you like, for any CPUs that you don't have. Although it'd still be very rare, she'd be most likely for that. And Toy for like Recipe for just like parts and mods and stuff. I think maybe Toy Bonnie should be like more like parts remnant and mod, because, well, Toy Bonnie has his shadow counterpart to rely on. So maybe he'd go to Shadow Bonnie, grab some remnant for you, and like something like that. Also, I feel like the animatronics should possibly be able to collect more things at once. Like how the salvaging works now, they can either grab a bunch of parts, a mod, or a plush suit. Like only one of the three. Or sometimes remnant. I've gotten some remnant from these boys and girls. But they can only collect like one out of the four. And before, I remember the salvaging, how it worked before, they could collect like 2 or 3 things at once. So I feel like maybe that should be a little thing that could work out for maybe Toy Bonnie. He could collect more than one thing. And I don't mean like more than one part. Like I mean like he could collect some parts and a mod all at one time, sort of like something like that. Maybe that could be like the perk to his, but I don't know. This is just sort of something I decided I want to rant about because I don't really hear anyone talking about this. Like this, I swear the CPUs need to do more than just like determine their voice and attack patterns when they're fighting someone, which in my case would be they would be utterly useless because I don't half the time I don't send anyone anything unless it's like a weird combo for my friend for a video. That's about it. Other than that, they serve no actual purpose. And the plush shoot determines like their visual like appearance, not their audio appearance. So yeah, so the plush shoot has multiple sort of purposes. Not only to like let you see that this is like the character, it's not just a boring old endoskeleton. Although some people do love the endoskeleton more than anyone, and I imagine their whole entire roster is literally nothing but endos. But I prefer like the actual characters over a boring endoskeleton. No offense to the people that actually like this dude, I'm just not too big of a fan. And so yeah, I prefer the plush shoots. But these plush shoots actually serve like multiple purposes. Like not only to let you know you have this character, but like it looks so that your robot looks cool and you can see him on the map. And when you send him to someone, it's not a boring fight because you're just fighting an endoskeleton. Like that's a little boring. Because then the shock is just like, oh boy, it's an endo. Yeah, so that's why I'm never excited when I get an friend set endoskeleton towards me, because like, oh my god, an endoskeleton. And so yeah, that's sort of my rant on the CPUs. I feel like they need to do more. Otherwise, for me, there'd be no purpose to them. But hey, for a lot of people, there'd be no purpose to them now that I think about it, because a lot of people don't like sending their animatronics to anyone. Because I feel like some people that you send animatronics to tend to not really fight them because they feel like, oh, it's going to be here all the time whenever I want it. I'll go out and do this, go out and pay some bills, because apparently a child will do that. I was like, I'll go eat a meal and then come fight him. I was like, oh, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I'm going to go do something else. Like, I feel like that's how some people feel like doing when you send them animatronics, so they're like gone for hours. Because they're out doing other things, so that's why I don't send animatronics, because I don't want my animatronics gone when I really want them. Like, what if I want to send Springtrap to go out and get parts, and I can't do that because he's gone attacking someone? Like what then? Honestly, another thing that should happen is, like, with Illumix, they should add more endoskeletons, because by the end of the time that this game would stop updating, there's gonna be hundreds of characters. Probably not like that, but there's gonna be a whole bunch of characters, and too many to choose from, honestly. So, for 9 endoskeletons, you get out of all the characters that will be in this game, you can only have 9 out at a time. Like, I feel like people like me that love every character so much is gonna have a hard time choosing. Like, is gonna have a hard time choosing what characters like we want. So I feel like Olympic should add some more endoskeletons. Be endoskeleton slots, so we have more of a variety to choose from, rather than have to think it up so hard. Be like, oh, what character do I want? And I don't know. And also, I feel like most people just go with the newer animatronics, just be like, oh, this character's newest, it's going on. I basically go by character, not by newest. Hence why Balloon Boy, Foxy, Bonnie, Springtrap and Baby are still on, and then Discut, and Toichica. But technically, all of them, because they're all old characters by now. Like old characters that've been here for a good amount of time. So technically, there'd be a lot of newer characters that you would replace them with, such as mostly Bonnie, Foxy, Springtrap, and the main three toys. They had their own skins. So you'd most likely replace them with the skins, but I wouldn't, because I love the actual characters, because I'm more familiar with them. I know a lot of people like the skins because they're newer, and I completely understand. You want the skins, you want the newer characters because you want to get familiar with them. I completely understand. Which is kind of why sometimes I just switch to them just to look at them and like just switch to the plush suit and be like, oh, this is what this character was, or something like that. And well, honestly, I really hope they did. I was really hoping they wouldn't do the plush suit like for the skins like this way. Like you could only have the skin or the original out, but you can't have both. I was really hoping they wouldn't do that, but they did it, because I really wanted Systematic Toy Bonnie and Toy Bonnie out at the same time. But no, Olympics had to ruin my dreams. Now it's been a hard day for all of us. And please don't give me so much hate because I bought the new profile icons. I cannot speak. Ooh, 15% battery. How exciting. And well, please don't give me crap because I bought these. I'm trying to 100% the game, and that includes getting all the profile icons. Even though they do jack crap, but I still want them because they're cool. And they're $3. They're not that bad. They could be worse. The price could be a whole lot worse than just $3. So we got lucky that it was only $3, because they could have put it as $10 for all of them. That would have been so bad. I probably would have bought them anyways, because, again, I said I'm trying to run 100% the game. So I just need to rant a little bit, and I gotta get off my phone before it dies. So I guess I'll see y'all in the next video, and I hope my phone doesn't die on me. Well, goodbye.